First of all, Joe, before we go on to why you should choose Pioneer, I think it's about time for me to give a bit of background about who I am and my journey and how I started at Pioneer. I've been in the sales industry for coming on for almost 20 years now, doing various different roles. I was one of those idiots that try and stop you doing your shopping by trying to sell you gas and electric, all different kind of office roles. I've also run my own business, so I understand the hard graft that you put in, day out, to make sure your business runs as smoothly as possible. So I really do appreciate all the efforts that you go through, because I know how hard it is, right? It's a hard slog. Obviously, once the business come to an end, I was looking for my next step. I then found Pioneer, an amazing company. By looking into them, looking into their background, finding out exactly what they do, they put their customers and staff at the heart of everything they do. And that's where my next step of career wanted to be. I wanted somewhere that I felt valued. Obviously, I've got 4 children, I've got a mortgage to pay. I wanted to make sure my next step was the right step for me and my family. But listen, that's enough about the J Show. Let's find out exactly why you should choose Pioneer and why you should choose a company with over 24 years experience in the industry. Started in the late 90s, have a wealth of experience that put their customers and their staff at the heart of everything they do, which I think is just fantastic. Would you agree? Excellent. So, obviously, the numbers speak for themselves, Joe. They have over 17,000 systems sold. The Hi-Hi system, 17,000 sold. Over 105,000 users. 105,000 people picking up that handset every single day, which I think is just fantastic. Obviously, we'll now move on to the next part, which is the all-in-one unique package, which is absolutely amazing. Obviously, you told me earlier you're using 5 companies for your communication needs. So that's 5 different telephone numbers, 5 different companies, various different departments to try and get through, and also 5 possibly different countries to try and get in touch with, where you're getting bounced from pillar to pillar. That's 5 headaches that you're going through just to solve one problem. We fixed all that with our all-in-one unique package. You call into our customer, call into our building, head office in Bournemouth, 1 number, 1 department, and all those headaches have just gone, as you're dealing with 1 person for that 1 issue. As I mentioned, we come back out every 24 months to review your current setup. That's not just a business thing. We also come out to understand how you're finding the process, how the last 24 months have been, and we leave you with a questionnaire. And would you believe that the number 1 answer that people found most valuable was the fact the all-in-one unique package, which is just fantastic. Would you agree? Brilliant. So now the next part we're going to move on to is the safest install in the industry. Now, what I mean by the safest install, I don't mean we're going to turn up on the day with hard hats and, diggers and everything. The safest install is that we make sure that your company has no downtime whatsoever. So the Hi-Hi is installed, but your current system carries on as normal. The engineers that we use are a fantastic bunch. They have a wealth of experience of over 8 years, and they're really good lads. Love to have a laugh and a joke. So just make sure you give them plenty of teas and biscuits, and the day will run as smooth as possible. Our install process is run over a jigsaw theme, which our customers absolutely love. We keep you up to date every step of the way with simple communications via text or email. What would you prefer? What would be your preference? Email. Fantastic. So the first part of our jigsaw is we install the current Hi-Hi to run alongside your current setup. We give you a few dummy numbers so you can then start playing with the Hi-Hi, getting used to it and making a few inbound calls. The next part of the Hi-Hi is the COA agreement. We get that signed off as the equipment is now in the office. Once that's done, our engineers will then begin the training. So would you prefer the training as small groups or as a large team? Small groups, fantastic. The second part of our jigsaw is the onboarding process. So we're getting there, we're finding some momentum. We'll then start ordering the lines and porting over any telephone numbers. Is this telephone number that you're currently using, is it the main number or are there any other numbers? This is the main number. Fantastic. So we then ask you to do a little bit of work. We're then going to post you out the router. All you have to do is simply unbox the router, plug it in, and you're good to go. Is that okay? Fantastic. So then we look at the termination. So as we mentioned, you've got 12 months running with your current BT account. So we'll do as much work as we can in the background. We may have to ask you to help out due to GDPR, because obviously we can't contact your current provider. So you may have to make a couple of calls or an email here and there, but we'll take care of the rest. This process can take between 6 to 12 weeks. So just bear with us as we bear with your current provider. So the last part of the jigsaw will be the hi-his are installed. We take over the numbers and calls, we flick a switch, point the calls to the hi-hi, and the phone begins to ring. It's as simple as that. What you can do now is unplug the old system, do with it what you want, donate it to charity, it's completely up to you. If there is any extra training required, please let our engineers know and they'll be more than happy to run through anything. But now your hi-hi is live and the jigsaw is complete. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a few pictures just so I can give the engineers a head up to show them exactly where things are going to be. Is that okay? Fantastic. So now we move on to the comprehensive ongoing support. Believe it or not, Joe, when we install the iPhones, we don't just love you and leave you. Like I said earlier on, we put our customers at the front of everything we do. And that's why we believe our ongoing support will be the perfect fit for you. As you know, the cloud system, the hi-hi system, is a cloud-based phone. So we can log on remotely at any time. So if there are any issues, at the end of the day, it's a tech company. I can't guarantee you that there won't be any technical issues throughout your tenure of being with us. But what I can guarantee you is that we'll fix it straight away. With our calls, you obviously call into our customer service. You'll be seeing someone face-to-face via video, so it makes that a bit more personal rather than bouncing around to various different departments. You're seeing someone face-to-face, the issue gets dealt with, and the great news is that we aim to have all issues sorted within 15 minutes. I can't say fairer than that, can I? Fantastic. So the final part, this is the bit that I really love. This is the hi-hi system. Obviously don't touch it just yet. We can have a proper play of it in just a moment. But basically with the hi-hi system, it's, as I said, it's a fantastic piece of kit. How the hi-hi started is that we used to be a platinum seller for Samsung and Yealink. So we used to be a proper reseller for them. Our chairman, Darren, he took an idea to Samsung to say, I want to put this smartphone onto this desk phone. Samsung loved the idea, but they were super busy launching their latest Galaxy Note and told Darren to wait 12 months. But if you know Darren, like I do, 12 months was too long. So he had to raise the capital. He raised £15 million to launch his idea, his baby of the hi-hi system. And from there, it's gone absolutely nuts. £35 million worth sold in the first year, which is just mental. It's absolutely crazy. And people want hi-his in their homes, but for now we're concentrating on businesses to make sure they have the best possible solution for their business. And you see it everywhere now. It's you switch on the telly, I see it on the football adverts, mid-advert, hi-hi system. I'm watching TV programs and halfway through a program I'm like, oh look, there's the hi-hi system. It's absolutely nuts how brilliant this is blown up, and we can't wait for you to enjoy the hi-hi system.